it gets difficult the last 2 minutes is usually difficult. What number do you think now if you can? So here
Chị đang để ngang máy, chị có thể chuyển sang dọc máy được không?
the ventilation.
Đang để ngang máy thì có chuyển sang dọc máy được không?
And here is the VO2 and the measured oxygen, and here's the measured carbon dioxide. Because it measures breath by breath, but every point here is an average of about 8 breaths. But you put that into the system to choose. Yeah, but you can choose, but that's common, 6 to 8 breaths, to have an average of that. Because the measurements every breath will be a little bit different, because if you take a deep breath or a shallow breath, so then you have to average it, I think. But when we measure the VO2, we make an average of 20 seconds with the maximum VO2.
Which 20 seconds?
Yeah, the highest 20 seconds of the test, somewhere in the end. You see it's a bit irregular, because the breathing is a bit irregular. Usually it gets more regular the heavier the exercise is. So now it's in 3 minutes. And then you can see the RER is going up, which it should. You said it should be over 1.5 if it's maximum test. Okay, so how heavy? 13? Yes. So now I know that it's getting a bit heavier. If you're up here, you know that you're quite close to the end if someone
So the what is increase automatic or
Yeah, by this yeah. So
set up?
yeah, so every 15 watts every minute. So now
Yeah.
it's 81 watts.
Yes.
I started with 20 watts, so it goes up all the time.
Yes. Go up all
Yeah.
the time. Yes.
Now it's 85 and the heart rate is 130 and it's 82% of the predicted maximal heart rate. But I don't know what your maximal heart rate is because you haven't done this before. It can differ. Yeah. So
What is?
because during this test we really want the person to do the maximum exercise. So in the end we try to encourage the person to continue even if it's heavy. So you're doing really good. Can you point at how difficult it is now? 14? Yeah. So I want you to continue to bike it for as long as you can, as long as you can keep this.
Yes.
So it's in the end it's really, really heavy. Now you see that this one is 1, so it goes up.
That means respiratory
Exchange ratio, yeah.
Yes.
And here's the VO2 in liters. So that's what we're interested in now. And this is the VO2 in milliliters per kilo.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Good. Yeah, doing really good. Let's see how many watts. It's 112 watts, and your heart rate is 144. the ventilation. Usually we get the load, the watts here, but now we don't. There's no connection.
Yeah, yes.
And you can get the oxygen saturation if you measure it too. And here you see that
Yes.
the blue is the oxygen. Now you see the ventilation goes up. This is the breathing reserve. As I said, this is where you take the difference between the ventilation and the MVV. So now we don't didn't measure MVV, but the machine took a normal value
Oh.
for this. We didn't measure it. But you should always measure it if you want to make an interpretation of that. You should measure FEV1.
Go up and
Yeah.
the volume
This
is
is
go
a-
down.
No, the ventilation goes up, but this is the breathing reserve. That goes.
This one.
Yeah, I
This
can
one
explain. It's the breathing reserve. So it's the difference between. If you take the MVV
Breathing
reserve, I
Yes.
can show you later and explain
Yes,
what it is.
okay.
Yeah. And then you have to know the person's MVV. And for that we measure the FEV1. Yeah. But we didn't do it this time because we didn't have time, but then the patient, the machine takes a normal value for FEV1. Really, really good. How difficult is it? You're doing very, very good. 17, so now we
Yes.
know it's really, really heavy.
Yeah.
Now I have to really encourage Joe to keep cycling because you're really, really good. So you continue as long as you can, and when it's not possible anymore, then you just stop.
Yes.
But we want to continue for as long as you can, because then we'll get a true value of your VO2 max.
Yes.
Really good. And your heart rate is 172,
70.
153 watts, 9 minutes. Really good. Everything looks very good.
Right. Yes. Chị chui và chị có thể
Good. 9 minutes. You're doing really good. Good work. And you see the RER is 1.1, so that is good because we want it to be always over 1.05,
Yes.
but it can be high up to 1.3 in some people.
Yeah.
Good, really good. Now you see that the VO2 is increasing. The heart rate now.
180.
Good. So now we get to know your maximum heart rate also.
Yes. That is a maximum. No.
This maximum heart rate. Oh, now it's getting really tough, so just continue for as long as you can.
Wow.
Good. Really, really good. Still some energy left. Really good. It's over 10 minutes now, so you're doing really good. 180 watts. Really, really good. It's really tough the last minutes. That's great, you're doing really good.
Very good. Oh yeah. Cũng very good.
Great, good work.
You can't keep.
Yeah, when you can't keep it, you just stop. Yeah.
Okay.
And now
Yes.
you'll sit 1 minute and breathe with the mask. So I
Yeah.
put the recovery phase.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Giỏi quá.
Vậy nha.
So usually we measure 1 minute after also. We don't use the measurements after for that many purposes, but we always measure. But it's mostly for research. But what we can see is that the RER goes up after. It's because the oxygen consumption goes down, but the carbon dioxide doesn't go down as fast as the oxygen consumption. So that's normal in some people with heart failure, for example. It doesn't go up, and that's pathological. So yeah, I think you can put